As we head into episode 182 of Kuruluş Osman, there's a palpable sense of tension surrounding the fate of key characters, and the looming question of who will survive the many threats that have been gathering throughout the series. After the events of episode 181, where several characters faced life-threatening challenges, the next chapter in Osman's journey seems set to unfold with new alliances, betrayals, and confrontation. But before we dive into the predictions and potential developments, let's take a closer look at the key themes, the evolution of the characters, and what episode 182 might bring. Osman Bay's leadership and the burden of responsibility. Throughout Kuruluş Osman, Osman Bay's character has been defined by his unwavering commitment to establishing and protecting the future of the Ottoman Empire. However, with each passing episode, the weight of leadership has become an increasingly heavy burden. Osman has not only had to navigate external threats, but also confront internal divisions and moral dilemmas within his own tribe. Episode 182 will likely bring him to a crossroads where the choices he makes could define the future of his leader. In the last episode, we saw Osman Bay struggling with the consequences of his decision, particularly when it comes to the brutal nature of war and its impact on his people. He has always prided himself on his ability to lead with justice, but the question arises, how much of his humanity can he maintain as the stakes get higher? Will his leadership continue to be defined by fairness, or will we see a shift towards a more ruthless side in order to secure his vision? This brings us to an interesting point for discussion. Will Osman Bay's internal conflict over morality and the survival of his people be a central theme in episode 182? Could his desire to protect his tribe clash with the harsh realities of war, forcing him to make choices that compromise his ideals? Or will his commitment to justice push him to risk everything for the greater good? Betrayals and shifting alliance. One of the most compelling aspects of Kuruluş Osman is its portrayal of shifting alliance. Characters who were once loyal to Osman Bay have turned against him, while others who were once his enemies have come to his side. This complex web of relationships will undoubtedly continue to evolve in episode 182. As we saw in the previous episode, there are several betrayals lurking beneath the surface. The fact that some of Osman's closest allies have secret motives or alliances with enemies presents a significant threat to his mission. In particular, the ongoing tension between Osman and the various factions vying for power in the region, such as the Byzantine Empire and the Mongols, will likely play a major role in the events of the next episode. Could we see new betrayals from within the ranks of Osman's own tribe? Is there a possibility that some of the characters we trust the most will be revealed as traitors? Moreover, the shifting allegiance of certain characters, particularly in the wake of recent events, leaves room for speculation about who will stand with Osman when the battle lines are drawn. The role of Princess Sophia and the Byzantine threat. Another central plot thread that will likely unfold in episode 182 is the ongoing conflict with the Byzantine Empire. Princess Sophia has been an important figure in this storyline, and her alliances will be critical to understanding the outcome of future events. Sophia's true intentions remain a mystery to both the audience and the characters involved, making her an unpredictable factor in the game of power. What does Sophia ultimately want? Does she seek to secure her own position of power, or is she driven by a desire for revenge against Osman for the death of her father, the Byzantine emperor? Her motivations could be a key influence on the choices made by the Byzantine court, and it's possible that episode 182 will shed more light on this character's true loyalty. As the Byzantine Empire continues to make strategic moves against Osman, it's important to consider the possibility that they will be more aggressive in their tactics. Could we witness a significant shift in the Byzantine approach, perhaps leading to a larger-scale attack against Osman's forces? Or will Sophia's political maneuvering become a decisive factor in shaping the next phase of the conflict? As we've seen throughout the series, the Mongols are a constant and looming threat to Osman Bay and his ambition. Their presence is not just a physical challenge, but also a psychological one, as their merciless tactics and strategic cunning force Osman to adapt in ways that challenge his leader. Episode 182 is expected to delve deeper into the Mongol threat, especially with the ongoing power struggle between them and Osman. In episode 181, we saw the Mongols making subtle but strategic moves to undermine Osman's power. These moves have left Osman in a precarious position, where his decisions could either lead to an advantageous alliance or a devastating defeat. But the key question remains: can Osman truly defeat the Mongol forces? Or will he be forced to make a temporary truce with them in order to focus on more immediate threats? The Mongol threat is multifaceted. While their military strength is undeniable, they also represent a system of oppression that directly conflicts with the values that Osman is trying to establish in his own empire. This presents a moral dilemma for Osman. Is he willing to compromise his ideals to survive? Or will he continue to fight against the Mongols, even at the cost of his people's safety? Could we see Osman forming alliances with unexpected factions in episode 182 to confront the Mongol menace? For instance, what if Osman were to seek an alliance with other regional powers who have also been threatened by the Mongols? Could this lead to a larger coalition against them? Or would it risk further alienating his closest ally? The Mongols, led by their brutal commanders, are always one step ahead, and we may see their strategies become even more aggressive in the coming episode. Perhaps there is a trap set for Osman, and episode 182 could reveal how these Mongols exploit his weakness. Will Osman be able to outsmart them? Or will the Mongols prove to be too cunning and dangerous for even the fate of Malhun and Bala? The power of women in Kuruluş Osman. One of the most interesting elements of Kuruluş Osman has been the powerful and complex roles of women within the story. Malhun and Bala, both strong figures in their own right, have had a significant impact on Osman Bay's life and leadership. However, as the stakes rise, their own personal struggles and alliances will inevitably shape the trajectory of the plot. Malhun's character arc has been particularly fascinating. Initially, she was introduced as a strong, capable woman with her own ambitions, but over time, her role as a partner and ally to Osman Bay has solidified. As a mother, a wife, and a warrior in her own right, Malhun faces not only the traditional challenges of her time, but also the personal struggle of maintaining her identity in a male-dominated world. The interactions between her and Osman, as well as the conflicts that arise in their relationship, will likely continue to play an important role in episode 182. On the other hand, Bala's presence in Osman's life has also been marked by tension and competition. As Osman's first wife, her influence and role in his leadership are undeniable, but recent episodes have revealed cracks in her unwavering loyalty. The rise of new alliances, particularly in the face of external threats, might put her relationship with Osman to the test. Could episode 182 explore whether Bala's loyalty will remain intact, or will she be tempted by power plays of her own? Discussion question: do you think Malhun or Bala will be pivotal in influencing the decisions Osman makes in the next episode? Can either of them sway the course of events, or will they struggle to maintain their power in a changing political landscape? The question of survival: who will live and who will die? As we move forward into episode 182, the question of survival is paramount. With every battle, every strategic move, there are characters whose fates seem uncertain. The events of the past few episodes have left us with an ominous feeling that some beloved characters may not make it through the next phase of the story. One of the most pressing questions is whether characters like Turkey Bay, who has been a loyal and reliable ally to Osman, will survive the impending threat. Turgut's character has often been at the forefront of critical battles, but with the rising tensions and new enemies on the horizon, it's unclear whether his loyalty to Osman will be enough to protect him. Moreover, other characters who have been more morally ambiguous, such as Agol or even the dangerous characters within the Byzantine Empire, could meet their demise, or their loyalties may shift in unexpected ways. Could we see these seemingly secondary characters taking on more significant roles, either as allies or enemies?